first, so we'll have to squeeze through. Set your revs, find your bind. Cold there. And just have a little tuck left, just a little. That's it. It's important that we don't tuck too much. If a car was behind us, what would be the
I
danger?
think I'm marking up and then
Yes.
if I'm moving out without looking,
Yep, good stuff.
crashing into each other.
It's just anticipate just that second longer. Sometimes it will keep you alive. So when we get to the end of the road, we'll turn right. And again, I'll leave it with you unless I feel you're a bit late with anything. Feel okay with that?
Yeah. Looked again. I thought I was in third for a second. It was just like
They do feel similar, I must admit. There'll be a right at the end, right turn. Pop the handbrake on. Keep your feet still. Because you had that cyclist, do you see, drive behind us then, cycle behind us and can't afford to roll back there.
it took me a while to get used to the handbrake. Because that car, I could just let it go and it dropped.
It just drops itself. So what were your thoughts on the approach to that? How did you feel? Did you feel
I was like going a bit too fast maybe.
Yeah. Do you know what you want to do? Keep your foot on the brake on the approach for half a second longer, based on the last two you've done. Just half a second longer, just so that you're still rolling forwards, but you're rolling slower. So you've got time to figure out where the lines are, how you are with your setup, and you know, got time to balance the feet, and then edge and be a bit more comfortable. Take the right again, please. Really good with the control there with the feet. Well done. Lovely. Pull up on the left at a safe place. Cheers. Okay. Oh god, yeah. So I'll have to explain like I do to everybody. I want an explanation from Peugeot actually now, 'cause I'm sick of explaining it. These indicators. So if you do this by accident, oops,
Keeps going.
we have to wait till it flashes 3 times. So if you were to cancel your your left signal and you accidentally went up a bit to the right,
Is it for lane changing? I know,
It must
just
be.
flip it and
yeah, I mean you can just do that without clicking it and it cancels itself after 3, but the minimum it'll do is 3.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't do that. I'm just wondering if that's what it's for.
I think it is. I think it is, yeah. So yeah, does that make sense why that needs to be a little bit slower?
Yeah.
Do you think you're...
So it's more controlled and smooth.
Yeah, a bit more time for you as well. Also consider that handbrake, you know. You can keep your feet the same, can't you? Just apply that. The handbrake then,
I won't move forward and back if my feet change slightly.
sorry?
I won't be moving forward and back if my feet aren't as still.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And the extra risk there, I don't know if you spotted it before I did,
No,
that
the cyclist,
that
yeah.
lad on the bike who went behind as well, there was a phase where you did roll back a bit. And you know, some people, they don't think about it, do they?
Yeah.
So we really want to be careful there. But the more you practice, the more you get the balance anyway. Third gear, second to third, it's probably worth going over. The trick is, because if I just push forward, it does that. That's what I mean by boing it. It just boings, boing to neutral, and then you just push forward.
Kind of like staying neutral for a second.
You could say, yeah, transition to neutral then to third. You don't have to necessarily go as one thing, because it can, because with the force, depends how you, again, if you're holding it or not, but you can end up in, I mean, when people hold it, look where it is when I loose it. Do you see it? But it was,
up against it,
but it was kind of going towards that way. So if I'm not careful, I could just slip into fifth. Or I've had it people, you know, going towards first instead of third. So yeah, I just when I do it, I just pop it forward, just pop it. But it pops. It kind of pops away from the palm of your hand. So again, minimal, really. Do you want to go with that? No, and that must feel a bit more.
I'm not sure if I'm going to remember to do that now, to be honest. I'll try.
It's one of those fail-safe things. It'll work every single time. Right. Okay. What else we got? The handbrake. Trick with the handbrake is nice and quick. Lift up, press in, bang. You want to hear that before you release that button. So lift up, handbrake off, release. Okay. So that just would sort out those little things. You want to let go with that handbrake before we move off. Just keep your foot squares on the foot brake and we won't roll back. Probably take it down a bit quicker. Boom. Yeah. Now messy. It's off. Okay. Because otherwise, what happens is if it's too slow, you're then thinking about the moving because the tyres start moving, and then that kind of
still
gets so it's locking the back wheels otherwise if it's still on, so it's going to cause damage to the handbrake mechanism, and another reason why you could stall.
So then,
because there's resistance.
So if I'm in traffic waiting for a light, it goes green, traffic starts moving, well, I'm on a hill, so would I find the bites and revs first and then release it?
Yeah, so just imagine the handbrake's not there, same as usual. Revs, bite, make sure you're set, make sure it's clear, whatever it is you are doing, and then release. Keep feet still. You okay temperature wise?
Yeah.
So would you like to expand this into the other areas, or do you want to focus on getting these nailed with those two junctions are the best for it, aren't they?
If you think I need one more go, we can do it one more time.
Not necessarily. I think it would be better for you to broaden the situations that you're in, so that you can bring it all together. I think personally, but I just want to make sure you're comfortable with it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because I know it's a new car as well. All right.
Okay.
Well, so we'll drive on when you're ready. That's something exclusive to this car. Sometimes there's nothing wrong. It's the clutch plates grinding, I believe. And it happens to me sometimes. It's if you've got enough power and the clutch has stayed still in the same place for too long. So I think the answer is to just have that clutch moving slowly. If you feel it, you could maybe dip the clutch in a millimetre just to get rid of that sound. It doesn't sound very healthy, does it? Just slightly. Probably not into the gap, but just into that space there. Keep the car moving at the same kind of speed though, if you see what I mean. Just ease off a little bit. You'll be slowing necessarily, but if your car isn't in the direct firing line, let's say something is doing 30 around the bend, it ain't going to smash into you. Take the next left, please. Uphill, downhill or flat, what do you reckon? The junction. Yep, so we're going to turn left at the end, please. So we might need to brake just that bit more, so a bit slower, a bit earlier. turn left at the end here, okay? At the end of the road, left turn. There's going to be lots of traffic lights and pedestrian crossings down here, so that'll be good for us. Stop-start traffic potentially. Just what we need. Not very often.
I didn't do it.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Blame me, really. That's my fault. Because at this point, it's a new thing we bought in. I should be reminding you like I did that brake. It's my fault. The thing is, I mean, you're getting there anyway. I just know that there is a potential to not, what, just one time. And it only takes one time. What would you like for your first car?
Oh, I don't know. I was looking at Citroen C1 possibly, but I'm not sure how true that is. But I heard it's quite firm and unresponsive on the steering, especially at higher speeds.
I don't think it depends. I know somebody that had one and just eventually wanted to mix. It wasn't enough power in it. But depends what you want, really. I've only driven one once, so I couldn't really.
Just want something probably.
I like this, what you've done here. Hold back earlier, drop to second and keep moving rather than stop.
Yeah.
You're not going to need your revs, are you? Those techniques. Good stuff. Try not to go as wide. Keep your eye on the bus as you pass it. I noticed you do that earlier. When you passed a car, when you was already lined up and then you went wide extra. Has that ever been said to you before?
No, I can say that again. Sorry.
So let's say you're in line to pass a vehicle, you'll get near it and then you'll steer extra, almost ballooning round it.
I mean, start steering earlier.
No, it's almost like you're already kind of positioned, but then as you pass the vehicle that is parked or sticking out a bit, then you steer again right. So I think, yeah, worrying when she went looking this way. Do you think the same? And I'm going to stop. Do you understand what I mean? 'Cause I can show you.
If you can show me, yeah, because I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. You've got a van on the left there, yeah? You see that van and that white vehicle parked in front of the van. So we're already lined up in theory to pass it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go alongside the van, there would be no reason for you to then steer right.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I just kind of steered unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that could, I mean, what could that do to oncoming vehicles? Would they expect that, do you think? If
You
you're
don't
already...
think I'm maybe turning right or
Maybe.
being a psycho?
Drunk or something. Yes, exactly. So when you move off, what you're going to remember in terms of the order in which you do your feet?
Revs first.
Yep, alright.
And brake all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's clutch all the way down.
That's it. And then cover your brake. Back to your revs. Freeze your foot. Try not to come all the way up, because you remember you want to achieve the holding bite, not driving bite, just till you know what these are doing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do what's called a full start, where you start then you stop again. See, if they ain't paying attention behind us, are going to end up in the back.
Mm-hmm.
While you're rolling like this, go to second. And then slowly, without revs up on the clutch, and keep it all smooth. So you're just engaging the new gear into the existing roll.
Mm-hmm.
Have you do that sort of thing before?
Yeah. When it was slightly quicker moving traffic.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like kind of like almost 11 miles or something like that.
So do you want me to give a bit of coaching with your feet in this situation then?
Yeah.
What do you think about the lane that we've blocked here? Are you aware?
Yeah. The one turning in.
Okay, let's hope nobody's going to turn in. And are you planning on letting these go?
Probably not then, because I'm blocking this one.
Okay. Could we reverse back in it? Oh, is the traffic moving forward? close as you can. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop. Sorry about that, dude.
Yeah, I was too focused on those guys. That's why I went a bit too far.
Yeah. So where else might we expect cyclists? So when
coming out from
yeah, and they don't stop often. They're just peeling into the road with the traffic. So what should you be keeping an eye on in stop-start traffic? In terms of mirrors.
Oh.
Yeah. Especially if you're going to do any. They're opening that door with the oncoming traffic. Especially if you're going to do any steering. Really, really important. Or any new positioning in the road. We're not getting very far here, are we? Yeah, so when you get going, when the brake lights come off, set your revs, find your bite, hold it there, clutch back down a bit. You see what I mean? Let's pretend that didn't happen, but do you see? Well, let's not. But let's focus on the good stuff. You didn't have to go back to the brake silently because the clutch didn't make you move as fast. So there's a bit more forward planning with the clutch and the gas right there. So what do you need to do with the handbrake next time so it doesn't do that? All the way down, and then do what with the button? Then release the button. So next road on the right then please, Ari. What's the danger? Could be, but something on the other side of the road. You see, like that car there. You've got to cross the wrong side of the road then. And also, if you're in the position where the green is in front before you turn, you get a chance to look down the road before you commit to turning in. Do you know what I mean? Have your right foot covering the gas on. Just ready for the next. Particularly bad, isn't it, this?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it.
So I'd use clutch control, I would, coming in here. I wouldn't just sort of clutch up and go. Well, this is proper stop-start stuff.
Should probably wait for those guys, right?
Pardon?
Should probably wait for those guys.
Yeah, some of them shouldn't. That white Corsa should not be following these. It should be holding back, really. Do you see what I mean? Make sure your three-way is completely clear before you get yourself blocked. Yeah. It's good with the revs. So you'll have to squeeze through. Just stop it there. Okay, we'll probably have to reverse there. Okay, could probably fit through there. Just keep it really steady. Steer left, left. Really close. So she had no clue in that car. Absolutely zero. She should have done what these did. Does that make sense? So hold back here before the junction, stop, 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 because one of these might want to turn in and actually it could help you. So just planning, looking around a little bit more. Driving there from the BMW. they're all following each other in a rush, but they don't realise they're not going to get out the junction by rushing and clinging to the car in front anyway, are they? It's not going to help them. It's just going to block everything up even worse. It's a false economy, really.
I know where we are.
Yeah, not too far from yours now.
Completely clueless about locations.
How long have you lived in where you are?
5 years.
Have you? It took me a while. I've not lived in Derby all my life. It took me a while. One of my friends has just moved. It's quite funny watching him keep getting lost. Same
I only know
route.
about a couple of kilometers around my house, that's it.
Yeah. Again, moving off through there, even in that high pressure situation, gas clutch work was really good. That's it. Revs first. There we go. Lovely stuff. Now, let's not do what the others did to us. We could still hold back here and let traffic through. Is there anything coming through? Have we got space to fit? Anything behind us? Revs first, balance.
Not sure. Is there anything? No, I think they're just parked.
Hold here. Put your right signal on and balance. There. Can we go in between those two actually, so we're a little closer? Oh, actually we could fit behind that, couldn't we? But more to the left probably. But at least we're thinking about it, we're having a proper look.
Yeah, that one behind us is probably going to one, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the unfortunate thing is you will have people that don't think, they literally just follow the leader. No thought for themselves.
And probably if someone's holding back, they're thinking like, what the hell?
Yeah, they would have been thinking, what? But they're not really thinking, that's the point. So did you find learning to drive easy, the journey? Did you pick it up fairly quickly?
I wouldn't say I'm the fastest learner. I think I kind of need to repeat the same thing a few times to really get it. But yeah, the things I was scared of before even driving ever was kind of like the slow-moving traffic, hill starts, but all of that I found kind of easy.
That's what we've done today,
For the most
isn't it?
part, yeah. Like the things like that were kind of holding me back from driving have been actually quite easy. So as long as you practice and don't rush like the whole test, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because most people want to get in like, I don't know, 10, 20 lessons and try to pass, but yeah.
20 lessons, yeah. I think you'd do well to, I think it's possible to pass, but you're not going to know what you need to know. Any cyclists on the left before you steer? Good. Again, excellent with the revs and clutch. Coordination, really good.
Then again, shouldn't move in too close, right?
Sometimes you have to make exceptions. We're not on a terribly uphill. It's not really uphill here, is it? They could roll back.
I mean, more in case they break down all of a sudden.
You're right, yeah.
I've seen someone pop their tire right on the curb.
Have you?
Yeah.
And you got to get round them then.
Yeah.
So the tyres, yeah, I know what you're saying. Tyres and tarmac. Yeah. I've had people break down in front of me.
Well, I mean, you can always reverse back. If they're not so close.
Yeah, a little bit. Show your reverse lights, they might reverse as well. But yeah, we've not got a lot of space to play with here, have we really? In this situation, depends on what car you've got. If you think something's close and could knock your mirror off, there's a setting where you can actually fold your mirrors in. Have you?
From here?
It's on your armrest. Have you ever come across that?
No.
You know where that slider is in the middle? That one. If you put that in the middle and then press backwards, it'll fold both mirrors in. Don't worry about it for now. Just focus on that. But it's something that we could consider, you know. If you was on a tight road and you was met by a tractor or something and it really narrowed the space and you thought, oh, my mirror's going to get knocked off here, fold them in. we go or should we look first? Is there enough space? Yeah, okay. So we'll turn left at the end. Right, hold here. Stop. Why do you think I've asked you? That one didn't think about it at all, I don't think.
I think they just want to go home.
Okay. Anything on the left or right? Cyclists or anything catching up? Turning left.
All left.
Yep. Good photo there, a little dip. The tyres bounce back over. Lovely stuff. Quite impressed really with what I've seen from you.
I don't know, I'm not sure it's that good. Could have been better.
Well, I meet a lot of people, a lot of different driving standards. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it there.
Is it more confusing if people have like multiple teachers, as in like parents, driving instructors?
It can be.
Because I'll believe that everyone says something different about the same topic.
I think the problem is when somebody's more fixed on it has to be my way, because that's not. It's the outcome really, you know. If it's slightly different, it doesn't matter as much. It just needs to be safe.
Okay, I think now I'm more used to putting on the revs first.
Yeah.
It's almost automatic. Not now as in car, but
You've not missed it though.
that was a bit harsh.
Yeah, I mean, it had to be. It was a bit forthcoming, weren't he? I mean, I thought he was thanking us for letting him go. I'm thinking, what? We're not letting you go, are we? Can we turn it this way?
Yeah.
Ah, let's do that then. Anything on our right that could be positioning as well?
I think that's how you go.
Make sure he looks first, because he might move without looking first.
I'm not sure what it is now. Something to someone.
He's seen his mate.
Sneaking in while.
Yeah. Sometimes they move and then look forward, don't they? That's what I was thinking. Always make sure he knows you're coming before you commit to it. Sometimes just by positioning a little bit more.
I think that one goes on.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I think.
And what you'll do, you'll master it. Like then, you add some on, but not enough to make it too revvy, too noisy. Just a right amount, actually. You'll know if you've not got any, because what noise will it make?
If I don't have any reps.
Yeah, in a petrol.
I'm not sure.
You might not know because you've not got it wrong yet today, have you? Or once you have. It'll start rumbling and juddering. And,
As in like almost wants to stop.
Exactly.
Okay.
Those telltale signs. So what do you anticipate happening as you approach this black van? So what would you cover with you? That's it. Might save you a second if something did come round. You know where you're going, don't you?
Yes.
I won't give you directions.
Most of the times I don't, but this time I do.
Yeah? Well, there's always a first. just pull up on the right before that Volkswagen there. That's an old school there, isn't it? Very old building. Now the thing I was on about before you turn the engine off is, you see, you know, to pop the door mirrors in. Yeah, if that's in the middle, that slider.
What do you mean? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you've got a left and a right which allocates the two door mirrors, and then in the middle. So if you press down on that now.
Oh, okay.
See what I mean? Good tool. Sometimes if I see something a bit iffy and I'm sat there in traffic, I think, I'm not even going to risk it. Mirrors in. But just remember to put them back out. Same again.
Okay.
Right. I think while we're parked here, it's quite a narrow street, might as well have them in. That's okay. And then we'll leave the engine running to the aircon runs.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so just relax. Put the window through with seatbelt. That's what I was taught not to do. Right, so how have you found today?
Yeah, I think it was exactly what I needed. What I was looking for, yeah.
Yeah, so you achieved the goal?
Yeah, I think so. Still will probably be improved with the Pass Plus lessons, obviously, but yeah. Feel much more comfortable going into the Pass Plus rather than being like,
Yeah, I think it's wise, yeah. It makes sense to do the way you've done. So for those watching, Ari has booked a 2-hour lesson, which was to sort, you know, make sure...
Get used to the car, the buying point with a different engine.
Yeah, and then if you want to tell the viewers what the next thing we've got.
We got the Pass Plus 6 hours, is it? Yeah.
So we're going to do it in 2 3s, aren't we?
Yeah.
2 3-hour lessons. So if you are interested in watching that and more, don't forget to, or if you like this video and you want to see more like it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share, and do consider subscribing. I'll catch you in the next video.